sounds like a fake name. But he re-indicted Donald Trump. He changed the indictment from the last one. He's going after him as the candidate, not the president. And Kamala Harris is going to be hosting her first interview Thursday on CNN with Vice President Buchanan named Tim Walz. What's up, Hanson Hollywood? How you doing? Hanson, you there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Hanson's not there. Alan Dean, I know. Do me a favor. Is it just me, or did Donald Trump say, I'll meet you down there on January 6th? Marshall, did he say that, or is it just me?
He's
David, anybody?
I've forgotten his exact words. There was some intimation to go forward to Congress.
100%. He said, I'll meet you down there. Handsome Hollywood, what's going on, man? All right, Handsome don't want to talk. He just wants a stage spot. Brad, do you have an issue with Ms. Harris hosting this interview with Tim Walz? You as a Republican, does that bother you?
No, I mean, I think it's really good that she does something. I think that it'll be eye-opening. Her DNC bounce is like in the key districts. You'll hear Democrats shill for like, oh, she's leading in all these other places, but like if you're in California or Texas, your vote doesn't count. It doesn't matter. New York doesn't matter to me. I'm just focusing on the key battleground states and the swing states, particularly in districts. When you look overall, even with her bounce, it's maybe 1 or 2% with a plus or minus margin of 4% in the polling. So that tells me that it's a lot closer than people think. Now, can she flip someplace? Maybe Pennsylvania? Maybe. I think it was a hit not to pick Shapiro. That would have gave her a lock-in. As I stated the other night in this room, the one Democrat candidate that I was afraid of that would run against Trump was Shapiro. I think he would have blown away hands down. And it's clear that he was the front runner because most of the Democrats themselves, before Kamala came down anointed, they were cheering his name more than anybody else's. So he was the odds-on favorite to actually go through. I think it's still really tight, and we'll see what happens. Democrats will also point to the fact that Trump didn't get a really big bounce. Well, I mean, there was a lot that went on. There was an assassination attempt that week. He did get a bounce from that. And then Biden stepped down immediately after the RNC. So there's a lot going on that way. So we'll just have to see how this plays out.
Thank you, Brad. Jamie, what's up, Jamie?
Hey, how you doing, Jay?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Very well, thank you. I wanted to answer your question before with more precision. Yes, Trump did ask, I don't know how many thousands were gathered at a rally. Remember, it was called Save America. He talked for over an hour. And, of course, he said things like, he lied and said, we won this election. I mean, I wanted somebody to tell the honest truth. He said, we'll stop the steal, we'll never give up, meet you down there. Sure, if you want to debate about whether he particularly said, meet you there, go ahead, because all the rest of what he said is damning.
You know what, Jamie? I wouldn't have said that.
What?
Unless I saw the video today of him saying, I'll meet you down there. I wouldn't have said it. Brandon, how you doing, Brandon?
Hey, what's up, Jay? Yeah, just as an initial statement, I posted this in the chat, but I just think it's apropos. Alien versus Predator turned 20 years old, and the tagline for that movie was, whoever wins, we lose. And that is exactly what is appropriate for this year. I mean, whoever wins, Trump or Kamala, we lose. These are both terrible, terrible, awful, evil, disgusting people, and their parties are terrible as well. But so I get the sense that there's some tribalism here. You know, the people that Team Democrat, Team Republican.
Brandon,
We should, yeah.
who are you going to vote for?
Well, I'm in California. It doesn't matter. I'm not voting for president. I've never voted for Trump. I voted probably split between Democrats and Republicans, probably 50-50 in general. But I'm in California. It doesn't matter. So why have that on my conscience voting for either of these awful people? These are the scum of the earth. All politicians are. They're all guilty until proven innocent. I mean, so why don't take a stand? Why do you guys have to be tribal about this stuff? I mean, it's like who cares if it's a Republican or a Democrat? And who cares? Look at the policies and whatnot. I mean, I know that's the thing. I don't get the people that say, "Oh, I love Kamala" or "I love Trump" or whatever. Why can't you just accept that you're voting for the lesser of two evils? Why can't we talk about it in those terms? They all suck, so which one sucks less? And that's the one we vote for, or maybe we just don't vote at all.
Well, let me say this.
You know?
I'm sorry to hear that you sound so defeated. But for me, listen, I'm in New York. I know my vote. My vote doesn't count much, but I feel it's my right as an American. And after everything I've been through in life, you know what? I appreciate having my vote. But we're gonna go David, then Jane, and then I want to get Michaela in the conversation.
Real quick,
Jay, I would
we
like
talk
to
about
get back in the conversation at some point where
Got you,
there's
Marshall. Got you, Mark.
when we talk about January 6th and we do the postmortem, we find out that a lot of the participants were there for Trump. They were not politically savvy people. They were not people who've even voted before, largely. They were there because he had called on them to come and help, and they answered that call.
Thank you, David. So I'm going to make this announcement. We have MAGA in the room, and we have far left in the room. Guys, please keep the conversation respectful. So,
Who's the
Go
far
ahead,
left?
Jane,
I'm
and then
there,
we-
right, Jay? You're not calling me far left.
if it don't apply, let it fly, baby. Jane, you got the mic, and I'm
I
going.
got that reputation and it's false, so I don't want it. So I'm letting it fly. Thank you, Jay.
Jane, the mic is yours. Then I'm going to go Michaela, Brian, Johnny, back to Marshall.
I'm good. Go wherever you need to go next. I'm good.
Thank you, Jane. Michaela, how you doing?
Yeah, fine. You know, the fact that he said, meet you up there, and I don't think anybody expected him to say that. There was a legal rally planned up there. So there's nothing damning about him saying that.
Well, Michaela, I don't know if it's legal or not, but I think it's kind of, I don't
No,
want
it
to
was
use the word I
legal.
used before.
There was a
Okay, I'm
legal
not,
rally
okay,
planned.
okay, but when you get thousands of people who go somewhere and you say, hey, listen, I'll meet you down and you don't show up, what does that make you, Michaela?
Well, it doesn't matter. People were gonna go up there anyway. They were planning on going up there.
It makes you a rock star, Jay. How many rock stars don't show up for a concert? Do they get invited by a special prosecutor from the federal government?
If people went, if that rock star told people to go down to the Capitol, and those rock stars and that crowd kills people, guess what? Their ass is going to the
Guess
Scout.
what? Guess what?
Tell me what, Michaela, tell me.
The people
Tell me, Miss
planned on
Madra.
going there anyway. They didn't go there because he said meet you up there. They were planning on going there anyway.
Okay,
There was a
Yes, for
rally
what
planned.
though, Michaela? What were they going there for?
They were going there to protest.
Protest what?
Protest, asking them to send the guys back
My
to
love and
the
I
States.
are that.
They
Can't
don't
wait for
feel
you
like
to
he
come
was,
over, baby.
stolen.
send it back.
Yeah.
Hold on, everybody, hold on. Michaela, do you think the election was stolen?
Yeah,
Okay. Alan, I need you to mute up. Michaela, thank you. I want to say hello to Brian real quick. Brian, how you doing?
Hey, doing well.
Do you want to chime in, sir? You want to get into this clusterfuck?
I'm not trying to be confrontational, but I don't know if Brandon answered the question. I'm just legitimately interested on who he's going to vote for.
He said he's not voting.
I'm not voting, but again, as a Californian, I kind of have to root against Kamala because of how awful she was in California and knowing her history and just what a nothing she is.
Brandon, are
but
you not voting just to top the ticket, or are you gonna not vote all the way down the ticket either?
maybe. I mean, again, we have a blue tyranny here in California, so kind of as a habit, you kind of lean to want to vote Republican, not because I like Republicans, just again, I like gridlock. I want them to be fighting against each
what
other.
about your local area? Like say your county. Do you have like
Do you know anything local?
you could call that you maybe slightly agree with?
No, I don't. Yeah, I mean, who?
Is there-
How do you even contact? You know, there's no way of talking to these people, and they don't believe it fundamentally in freedom or
When you
principles
say
of
there's
America.
when you say that there's no way to talk to them, do you mean there's no way to have a logical conversation with them, or do you mean there's no way to get hold of them?
Probably both, but you know, it's like it just sounds like it's.
Have
one of
you
those things
ever
like
looked on a website of your county councilman and looked for the contact information, whether it be email or
No,
telephone number?
No, I haven't. But they're all,
How about your school district?
What's that?
How about your school district? Have you ever maybe wondered who your school council member was?
I'm seeing your point. Of course, local politics is more important to us than the presidential politics. And yes, when there are local things that matter, I do vote on that front. But you don't have to vote.
No, I was
the other things.
making.
Marshall, hold on a second, Marshall. Marshall, hold on just 1 second, I'll give it right back to you. But Brandon, do you think it's a witch hunt that they re-indicted Donald Trump? Do you think that the Democrats are using all possible mechanisms to get this man?
I think they both play these games. So I don't really know. I don't really care that much about this Donald Trump indictment stuff. I mean, it's kind of like.
All right, I moved him down. If you're not going to engage in the conversation, man, you're so disenfranchised. There's 1,000 other rooms to go to, bro. Let's continue the conversation, Marshall. Let me see.
Yeah, no, I will tell you the only reason I asked this set of questions was to get to this place. Somebody said this to me about 5 years ago, and it is, why should the government give a shit about your opinion, what you have to say?